Hey, everybody, come on in. Come on in the room. Good to be here on this evening. Come on in the room. Y'all know what to do. Let's speak one to another, share with each other the love of God, and just let each other know, man, I am so happy and I am so grateful that you are alive and you're doing well, and the blessings of God is upon your life. Hallelujah. Come on in the room on tonight. I want to just take a few moments and, first of all, let you know that I am appreciative to you. I am thankful to you that you have joined us on tonight and that you are expecting God to do great things in your life. And I'm expecting God to do that exceeding abundantly above all you can ask or think mentality. I'm looking for God to just show up and show out in your life. And I'm not just talking just to be talking. I am seriously believing God for great miracles in your life, and for your life to be a life of discipline, and for you to just look with great expectation that, hey, we have now entered into the last 2 months of the year. Every football game, that's a professional football game, comes with a 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. I give you a good 2-minute warning now that in the last 2 months, you can still win the game. You can still overcome. You can still make a comeback. I just want you to believe that that is possible in your life. Come on, greet your brothers and sisters. I want to thank Minister Powell for last week doing a wonderful job. I went down into South Alabama on last week, and I didn't time it as great as I could have timed it, but it worked out for the good. I went down to spy out the land with Minister Powell for Faith Walkers Church to get ready to open Faith Walkers Church in South Alabama, where he and his wife will serve as the leaders of that ministry down in South Alabama. And we spied out some of the land, and we believe in God that things are going to come together, and you will hear very soon of Faith Walkers Church in South Alabama. And I know he'll do a wonderful job, he and his wife. So listen, tonight, I want to talk to you tonight just from a simple subject, because it's the last 2 months of the year. But I want to talk to you tonight from the subject, I won't quit. I won't quit. I won't quit. I won't quit. And I want to give you some keys that'll help us to persevere and keep going. Listen, first of all, the race is not given to the swift, and the battle is not given to the strong, but is given to the one that can endure to the end. One of the things that calls us to throw up our hand and throw in the towel, and I really didn't have this in my notes, but it's in my spirit, is that a lot of times we quit and we just give up because we have unhealthy comparisons. Unhealthy comparisons. We're always comparing ourselves to somebody else. And whenever you compare yourself to somebody else, two things you need to know: that if you outdo that person, that's the first thing. It is possible for you to outdo the person that you're comparing yourself to. That's one part of it. But another part of it is someone will always outdo you. Do you understand what I mean? You may outdo others, but there will always be someone that will outdo you. And while you're rejoicing over your victory, You may be crying after a while over your defeat because you have compared yourself to others, and it is unhealthy because records, according to the human side, earthly records are always there to be broken, because any record some human being can set, some other human being can break. Do you hear what I'm saying? If the record was set by a human being, then there are other human beings who can break the record. All right. So you do not compare yourself to other people because it is unhealthy. It happened with Saul. When David came on the scene, Saul was the man up until David came on the scene. And once David came on the scene, now all of a sudden, the comparisons begin. And when the comparisons begin, people start singing a song that really made Saul extra mad, and he really set out to kill David, is because the people started comparing the two. And the way we knew they compared the two, because the song says Saul has killed his thousands, but David has killed his tens of thousands. So now the comparison starts, and comparisons lead to jealousy. And comparisons lead to you feeling inadequate. Comparisons lead to you feeling a sense of low self-esteem because you did not compare to others. And sometimes people judge us in an unhealthy way. Some churches are judged in unhealthy ways. Where you pastor, and you tell them where you pastor, and the next question is, how many members do you have? So guess what? People are trying to judge your success based on the size of your building, the amount of people that come in, the budget that you have, and they're trying to measure success based on numbers. But what about that country pastor that's up that dirt road about a mile and a half, and it may just be 7 or 8 people showing up on Sunday, but when he get through preaching, those 7 or 8 people go out into society, and they are some of the nicest people you ever seen. They're loving, they're giving, they're changing lives. They are exemplifying being a follower of Jesus Christ. And you around here bragging over 300 or 400 members, and you can't get 30 to show up to help go out into the street to pass out groceries and change lives. So is it really a success to have 500 people and only 20 people want to show up and help pray, help clean up, help do whatever the church need to do? So did you measure the success by the number on the roll, or are you trying to measure success by the lives that have been changed? Okay. All right, my friend Bishop Oliver Jones. Oliver Jones, and I don't know if Oliver still have this thing, but I know Oliver was pastoring a church as we were coming up, and I just love the theme that he had at his church. And he said at his church, changed lives are our greatest asset. I love that. He said, changed lives are our greatest asset. Our asset, and God has blessed Faith Walkers. We've been blessed, but our greatest asset is not that we sitting on 7.5 acres of land. That's a blessing. Our greatest asset is not that we have a very nice sanctuary. That's a great asset. It's not that our greatest asset is not the offices that we have. Our greatest asset is not this office that I'm sitting in now. Our greatest asset is not our kids' corner for our kids. Our greatest asset is not our other building out back, our youth zone. That's not our greatest asset. All of the property is not the greatest asset. The things we possess, that's not the greatest asset. It's when people's lives are changed. Now, if I start comparing 7 and a half acres of land, absolutely, it may be more land than a man who church sit on just a lot, like houses next door to him, and right in the middle of those houses, that lot is where his church sits. So if I'm going to judge and think I'm so much better because I have 7.5 acres of land and he sits on a lot, then hey, I'm running around here trying to stick my chest out. Look at that. Look at that. But then if I look at my bishop, my head bishop Joseph Walker up in Nashville, Tennessee, and think about how many acres of land one of his buildings sit on, then he's in about 2 or 3 other buildings. And if you get to adding all of his stuff, you can take our property and put it in the corner of his property and probably wouldn't even notice that our property sat there. So while I'm rejoicing over on one side, I'm losing on the other side. So what I do to make sure that I don't lose and I don't stick my chest out is I never get into the competition. Do you hear what I'm saying? Because when you get into the competition and you're losing so decisively, you will want to quit. So I'm telling you, the first thing out the gate tonight is stop comparing yourself to others. If you want to compare yourself to anything, compare yourself to your yesterday you. Compare yourself to your yesterday you. Are you better today than you were on yesterday? And if not, get mad about that. Don't get mad about what I have. Don't get mad about what your neighbor have. Don't get mad about what people across the street have. Don't get mad at your sister because it looked like she has more than you. That's down. No, look at yourself from yesterday. Quit fighting your brother, my friend. Look at yourself from yesterday and ask yourself today, am I any better today than I was on yesterday? Another way not to quit, write this down, somebody type it, is you must have I won't quit mentality. You must have the right mentality. I won't quit mentality. A righteous man can fall 7 times a day. As long as he get up 8 times a day, he's all right. Do you hear what I'm saying? So listen to me good. Listen to me good. Your mentality is going to be the thing that will denote whether you're going to succeed or whether you're going to lose. Your mentality. It's a mindset. Winning is a mindset. Now, let me help you out. Let me help you out. This is good stuff here. This is good stuff. And I didn't plan this, but this is good stuff. One thing about a winner, get this, if you're ever a winner and every time you look around, people are hoping that you lose. And I'm saying that because I got this. I just looked at that shirt and this just messed with me right quick. Is that there are a whole lot of people who wish and desire for that team that I'm patting right there to lose. They desire for you to lose. And whenever people desire for you to lose, it never upsets me. See, you all got to look at things in another light. Quit getting mad about stuff. If people desire for you to lose, secretly, they don't even know that they are confessing to the fact that you're always a winner. There are other teams that we don't even have to desire for them to lose because it's in their DNA. There are certain teams that we don't even say are going to be on a playoff. We don't even say that they are going to be in championship games because throughout the past, you've noticed that they hardly ever make it there. Whenever people want you to lose, it is because they already know that you are expected to win. Come on now, y'all get it. Get past the football and get the revelation God is trying to give you. If people sitting back and they're looking for you to fall and they're looking for your downfall, you ought to start shouting right there and giving God praise, because it must mean throughout your past, everything that was designed to wipe you out and destroy you, you overcame it. Hallelujah. Everything that was intended to make you fall and fold and throw in the towel, you made it through so much in life when so many others, they may have desired for you to fall, but guess what? They knew you always come through. You ought to give God praise for that, because guess what it's been? It's been a mentality. It's been a mindset. It's been a mindset. And the mindset of a winner is, it is possible for me to lose some. It's possible that I will not have a perfect season of life. It is possible that I will go down and I may not make the championship of life. I may not win the trophy this year, but guess what I will be next year? I'll be back in it again. I'll be a contender, because guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get myself together. I'm going to dust myself off, and I'm going to start getting ready for the next season. My son's football team lost in the first round of the playoffs this year. And after the losing, the next thing I started talking to him about was, have you all had to turn your gear in yet? Have you all had the year-ending meeting? And in the year-ending meeting, they're going to get ready to talk to those of you who are returning for when do practice start back again. When do we get ready again? Can I tell you why? Because even after a season where everything didn't come together, there was another season next year. Or are you going to quit because you did not win the trophy this year? Come on now. Winners are winners not because they don't have any L's in their record. Winners are winners because regardless of how much I lose, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to try again. Guess what that is? That's a mentality. That's a mentality. I could teach on this all night because life has hit me with some pretty hard stuff. And I'm not by myself. I know some of you been through them too. I've been through some great losses. I've experienced some losses that Lord knows I didn't even want to suit back up again and come out into the game. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. I just wanted to just let me do something else, God. Just let me off the hook with this preaching and pastoring thing. Let somebody else. Let somebody else do that, because you won't allow me to say what I want to say and my attitude, the way I want to present it. You just won't let somebody else do that. And I'm hit on every hand, and some of the hits, I really wondered why you would allow that thing to come up on me like that. But guess what I kept doing? I kept suiting back up. I kept getting back in the game. Sometime I got back in the game and I found out this. Let me share this with you. Sometime getting up and getting back in the game, you're going to realize that some of your team members are not your team members anymore. Sometimes the members that played with you in the last play and the friends that you had in the last play, they're not going to be on the field of your life for this next play. Some that was with you last season, they're not going to be with you this season. But again, you're not comparing yourself to that. Your mentality is, I'm going back on the field of life and I'm going to keep on playing. I'm going to keep on playing. I know that you're glad that I lost. You rejoicing over my losing. That's wonderful, because that may be what your mentality is. You rejoicing over my losing, and guess what I'm doing? I'm analyzing the film of my life to find out, why did I lose? What did I do? What assignment did I miss that caused me to lose that time? Do you understand what I'm saying? So guess what I'm going to do? First of all, I'm going to have the mindset of a winner. The next thing that I'm going to do, I'm just giving you some nuggets and you can write them down, post them, do what you want to do with them. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my eyes on people who persevere. And I'm going to learn from that. You got it? I'm going to keep my mind on people who persevere, or my eyes on people who persevere, and I'm going to learn from that. I'm going to learn from the people who, when I look at you, you're in a winning season. I want to talk to you. I want to sit down. I want to go to lunch with you. I want to have dinner with you. I want to get on the telephone with you because I need you to tell me in my losing season, what are you doing to win? Most people look at winners, and instead of finding out what did you do to win, they sit down and talk about your winning. And they come up with every excuse or every reason as to why they think you're winning. Again, with this, you paying the officials off. You're cheating. You're not, it's something you ain't doing right, because they cannot, nobody can fathom in their mind that you consistently keep on winning. And they don't even realize that maybe your winning has something to do with your mindset, and winning has something to do with the culture that you have set up. Winning has something to do with you're not scared to just let some things go that will threaten your winning seasons. Instead of keeping your eyes on the winner to learn how to win, some people keep their eyes on the winner to see when they lose. And most of the time, let me help you now, losers, you don't have to keep your eyes on winners hoping that they lose. You already know how to lose. You already know how to lose. Nobody have to teach you how to lose. You would need to be looking at people so somebody can teach you how to win. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to watch winners. I want to keep my eyes on certain pastors. I want to read up on them. I want to listen at their seminars. I want to sit down, and if I can get a chance to just fellowship with you, I want to listen, because iron sharpeneth iron. You understand? Iron sharpeneth iron. So therefore, I want to keep my eyes on winners. Now, another way that you're not going to quit, another step that'll help you not quit, you ready, is go back to the why. Go back to the why. What do you mean? Go back to the why. Go back to why did you get in this? Why did you start this? What is the why? What is the big why of you doing what you do? That's why a lot of people who have an office, a lot of people who have their own desk and their own office, guess what they keep on their desk? That's it. They keep a picture of their kids on their desk, or they keep a picture of their family on their desk. That's a good practice, because you keep a picture of your family on those days when you want to tell these people, take this job here no more. Yeah, before you get up to go to the supervisor office and say that, you glance at your family. And you realize the kids gonna need shoes, and they're gonna need clothes. It's coming up Thanksgiving, and children gonna need green bean, potatoes, tomatoes, and ram. They're gonna need food to eat. So before you get up, you look at the why. And you see, why am I doing this? Well, that's good with a picture, but on the inside, the question is, before you start doing something, before you engage in doing it, have you even asked yourself, why am I doing that? What is the why? Because sometimes if the why is wrong, everything else about the picture is going to be wrong. If the why is to impress other people, when other people fall out with you and they don't like you no more, you'll stop doing that, because you were only doing that to satisfy them. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you doing what you're doing? When you get ready to lose weight, why are you losing it? Are you losing weight so somebody else will be able to say you fine? And if so, what you going to do when they look at you and don't give a compliment? What are you going to do? If they look at you and say, keep going, you got some more you need to lose, what are you going to do? Is that going to crush you? Yes, it's going to crush you, because you started out with the why being that I'm doing it for somebody else. This good teaching tonight. This good stuff tonight. You cannot let other people be your why, because if other people be your why, then those same people can be your discouragement and they can be your why not. You have to know why you're doing what you're doing. Another way not to quit, let's move from the why, is that in life you may have to find another how. That's good. When I know the why, if the way that I'm working it is not working it, then I need to find another how. How what? How to accomplish what I'm supposed to be accomplishing, because I know my why. How am I going to do that? How am I going to do that? Somebody better get this. Every no is not a permanent no. It's just a no from whoever you are in front of. It's not permanent. It does not mean across the board it's a no. It just means with you, it's a no. If God says it's a yes, it is a yes. You just may be standing in front of a no. And I found this to be true. Y'all better hear me. I found this to be true. Just because God uses certain people in a certain way to bless you today, doesn't mean he gonna go back to that same well on tomorrow and bless you on tomorrow. There have been some people who financed and helped me with some things that I call myself going back to seek, and I get them to help me with the next thing, and the door was closed. And God told me, I didn't tell you to go back that next time. You went back because you saw it so easy the first time, and you think that I'm going to use that person or that system again to bless you, and they give you a no. Now you standing there discouraged. Because how did I get it so easy the first time, and it's so hard with this person on the second time? Is because you can't keep going back to the same well, because now you don't trust God. You trust your system and your intellect. And God is saying, I'm going to use so many other ways to bless you. I may not spit on the ground and put clay in your eyes for you to see. I may not touch your eyes with my hand. I may just look at you and just tell your eyes to be open. But when you get caught up in a system, you're thinking that's the way it's going to be. And God is saying, listen, you got to learn how to go at it a different way, so you won't get caught up in a pattern and a routine. And you'll make me a pattern and a routine, God. And you'll look for me to move every day like I moved on yesterday. On one occasion, the Lord moved by raining down manna from heaven for the children of Israel. But when they got into the promised land, there's a little verse in the Bible that simply says, and the manna ceased. The manna ceased. Okay, that's too deep for you. Elijah, go down to the brook and drink out of the brook, and I'm going to send ravens to feed you in the morning, and they're going to feed you in the evening. But there's a verse in that scripture that says, and it came to pass that the brook dried up. See, the past move of God may not be the present move of God, but he's always moving. Shataba. He's always moving. He's always moving. He is always moving. And you just keep looking for him to move the same way. And sometimes he's saying, your why is solid, but I need your how to be solid. And how means I stay in touch with God, and I may have to do it a different way. All right, y'all. I got several more of them. We'll finish them on next week, because I vowed not to go but to a certain point tonight, because I want you to keep on coming back. And I can't give you everything in one night, but I can give you enough that's going to bless you. If that bless you, come on with your hearts. Come on with your hearts. Come on with your thumbs. And let's give God praise tonight for that word. Come on now. Did that word bless you? Did it bless you? Come on. If it bless you, come on, give God praise for the fact that, hey, Pastor, that got me there. That blessed me right there. Okay. There are the ways to give tonight. Hey, if that word was sown into your life, come on, sow into the ministry, sow into the minister, if God is leading you to do so. But get your seed in the ground. Get your seed in the ground. I got a seed in the ground. and it's growing, ever flowing. You got to get a seed in the ground. You just can't keep hearing word after word, week after week. And when we get to the offering, you just automatically jump off here and go on with your life like you have no obligation, like you have no seed that you should sow. You shouldn't just keep hearing it week after week and not give. So give there tonight. All right. I love every one of you. I praise God for you. I hope that this bless you tonight. Join me back here again on next Thursday night, and let's go higher in God. All right. Love every one of you. Have a great night. Go and sow right down there. Sow. Walk it out by faith.